And Owen, you had put together a nice little graph detailing maybe the time that was spent prior versus with Excel versus the time that has been saved due to this. Do you still have that there?
Yep, so this is an indication of the time saved for another dashboard that we can show, which is the individual training report. So you can see a bit of a workflow working down the screen where the coach would enter their data, the athlete would enter their data, and so on. And on the left-hand side, it's the previous time cost. So you can see on the right-hand side some significant time savings for the report manipulation and generation, and also providing coaching feedback. So we can ultimately, get this information delivered to the athlete and to the staff a lot quicker.
And as someone who would have had to potentially even be the person maybe in previous roles, Owen and Geoff, you might be able to touch on this as well, being the person that would have had to have manipulated those reports, do you have any idea or indication of an actual time that has been saved, an hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes? Do you have any idea at all?
I'd say, generally around an hour or half an hour to an hour. I mean, it just all depends on how many athletes you have to change the drop down for and fiddle with the dates and make sure the data is in there correctly. And, think of all that list of things that you go through when you're manually, changing that report to then send out. With this report, they're also individually generating the PDFs to put in an email. So yeah, I think it'd be close to maybe an hour or more. And that's weekly, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, guys, definitely from our perspective, a lot longer than that. So just in terms of, Owen's correct, about an hour or so in terms of manipulation of data. But by the time, luckily, I'm not the one that has to do this. Our physiologist, Amy, is the one that takes on all this work. But by the time she sits down, looks at the report, compares them, provides meaningful feedback to the athlete and to the coach, and then engages them for the week. Then from that goes in and actually makes meaningful change to the program. It's saving us a hell of a lot of time.
So you can see here that the initial report was a PDF they would send out to the athletes. It would come out through Excel, be PDF'd, and then emailed out. And what we've done is basically replace that with a training dashboard. And that's basically runs on a week-to-week basis where you can control the week starting drop down, and I'll bring that up in a bit more detail in a minute. And then on the right-hand side, the group entry, which is where the coach can bring up the list of athletes that he needs to provide feedback for, punch them in straight away, press save, and it automatically feeds straight into the feedback and comments. So you can see then it comes through to the athlete or the coach on their mobile, saving them time and getting it to them quicker. So you can spend more time coaching and educating, basically.
And Owen, just quickly, there's obviously reference to Training Peaks here, and there was reference to a Nord board happening before. Just for those that don't know, how is that information getting into the system?
Yeah, so the AMS system here automatically integrates with these devices and platforms and just feeds straight into the athlete's account, really. It's really that easy, and we can display all this information together in the one place.